What up, Wheatfield? How y'all doing? This is your girl, La T, here at Tears and Wheat Tarot Show, where you show enough never know what you're gonna get. Today, it's Sunday. I think it's March the 19th when we are filming this. But whenever you get it, it's still good for now. You know, time is fluid. If it resonates, take it. If it don't take it. Welcome back to the Wheat Field. My wheat. How y'all doing? How y'all doing, y'all's wheat? If you new, welcome to you too. Welcome on into the Wheat Field. I know you might be feeling like, what the heck is going on here? She doing all this commentary, and I just wanted to get to the reading. But I pray that you will stick around. Stick around. It comes together. It do. It can start slow, like that old school Crisco, like that old school shit in the can. You got to get it out, put it in the pan, and the Most High will come in and put his heat on it. It do. And we get to cooking. We don't ever know what we cooking. We don't. But we do know that it's always edifying. It's good. It's good for your soul. Because we ain't going to feed you nothing that we would eat. Ashe, ashe. We don't do that around here. This ain't for play. This is for real. Okay? Yeah, so come on in here and sit for a spell. We got to get some disclaimers out before we get the cards out. Yes. We are a channeled messenger. We are. Y'all, I got this little new matte lip gloss lipstick. It's so nice. It's by this girl. I get her off of Facebook. Her name is Slept On Beauty. I don't know if y'all can see that. You know, try to do the thing that they be doing. Anywho, her name is Slept On Beauty. And when I say she got some cute little lashes and some cute little lip gloss, I rocks with it. I fucks with her. I like it. Anywho, yes, as you can see, we cuss. It comes out. If shit is shit, that's just what it is. That's what we call it, okay? And we are not religious. We're spiritual. We do everything in the spirit. Yes, everything. Whether we supposed to do it or we ain't supposed to do it, we still do it in the spirit. We have to talk to God and just let him know. We repent. We do. We ask for forgiveness and mercy and grace and all that stuff too. Try to do the best we can on a daily basis. That's what it is. And be good together. You know, you have to let it go when you fall short, because ain't none of us perfect. We gonna fall short, so you just have to let it go, let it flow. Anywho, we talked about that. Yeah. Oh, we read creation. Yes, that's the important part, right? But we read creation. Yes, I could be a little squirrel, right? My mind get to going and stuff get to flying through there, and the thoughts get to shooting out, and we get pulled by other energies, and we get told to slow down, cause I told you, sometimes it get to cooking, it get to frying. You know, we start dropping some nuggets off in there, and then we forget stuff, and sometimes cars fly everywhere. They do. You might see some shit move. You might hear my mic static, and it's not the mic, okay? It's the energy in my space, you know. So if you want to stick around for a ride, see how this all come together with all these little ingredients that we got floating around here. You know, we might end up with a casserole, you know. Shepherd's pie, could be chili. We don't know. Whatever it is, it's gonna be good for the soul. We said that, okay, Ashe. So we got to pray. We do. We gotta pray. And so again, hopefully you can hang on in there with your girl. You can vibe. You can rock with me. You know what I mean? And if it ends up being a message that you care about, share it out. Sharing is caring. You know. We definitely was feeling a kipper, so we're gonna get that. What else? If you vibe, subscribe. That's a good thing, right? And then the other one, you know, like if you really want to come in on a daily and get the spell, you know, that daily little something, hit the bell. It'll let you know when we put these little things up here. We do it fairly often, like every day, 2, sometimes 3 times a day. It just depends on what the spirit is doing, how it's moving, how it's flowing. Yes, Father, I know. You be getting the movement, and we be having messages get out. Sometimes it be late into, like last night. Spirit had us up late. And sometimes we just feel the energy. Yes, somebody in the collective is calling. Somebody out there in the wheat field. What up, y'all? Sweet. One more time. Your girl been gone for a minute. You know, we was on travel. And it is one of our desires to travel and to read from all over the place. Yes. And to call that into manifestation, woo, that is what we've been focusing on. What it looked like. What would it feel like to just travel? We found out some complications for this day and time. Yeah, we did. Because we took our stuff and we took, you know, a nice little amount of cars. But I'm telling you, I got so many decks of cars that my cars need their own luggage. They do. And we would have to have a whole production bag. I'm talking about the carts, need a luggage, we need lighting, we need sound, because the travel mic and light and everything that I have just was not, it was not getting it. It was not saying nothing loud. When I say it was on mute, like you might as well just undo all of this. Like it take more to put it together than the quality that you're getting out of the production. So let's just skip that, right? So it was just like very interesting to have that first experience of being able to travel and read from wherever I am. And I hope you guys enjoyed those sessions. One of them that I thought was really, really interesting was I think it's a 2-minute video, and it shows my spiritual guide, my spiritual, is it my spiritual animal? Is it just a guide? Yeah, like a spirit guide. And it's on the shade of, in the hotel that I was staying in one of the locations. And it was very, very interesting to see how, you know, the shade is closed and you can see a tree, like, and the tree is like so close up on the shade, the tree would like literally have to be right outside the window. And you look at it and it's like the tree is there and then there's a bird on the tree. But when I tell you, when you lift that shade up, that tree and the bird is not in the physical realm, it is in the spiritual realm. Like, we could physically see the spirit realm with this tree and the bird on the shade. Now, people look at it and be like, oh, the bird is up there. No, there's no tree right there. There was no tree. You could literally see the shade going up like halfway. You could see shade here with the tree and the bird. But then up underneath there where the shade had risen and you could see out the window, there was no tree there. I'm like, what the? That was one of the most magnificent displays I've witnessed thus far. It was truly, I mean, for me to experience it, you know, was mind blowing. Like, I was just like, wow, I cannot. And I actually went back and closed the shade, like, to see the tree had never materialized again, the tree nor the bird. And in the video, you can see the tree, you can actually see when the bird flies away. And after that point, like, the tree was still there, but then it was like gone. So, anybody got friends that like to analyze video? If you don't think it's real, pull it. I have quite a few of them like that, though. Don't be surprised if you see cars move in my space. I'm getting used to it as well. You know, there's a time where I would, you know, freeze. If the first instance of that happening, I didn't even know what to do. I was like, oh, this can't be right. And with the card said on it, I still remember that reading, it said called. Like, whoever this person was that we were reading for is called to do a work, right? And we always pray that heaven has come to earth to reside in earth and on earth to do a work, the work of heaven, right? And for that to happen, I felt like it really affirmed to me that the source is here. The Father lives and the Father breathes, right? The source of all of creation, the Father of existence itself, and that we are all connected by the breath of life, by that intelligence. We are all made of the same things, the same materials. You know, our molecular structure might be different, you know, combinations and densities and, you know, all of that stuff, you know, is different. Like, the concentration of what is there is different. The carbon bonds might be different, giving us a sense of solid, you know, tangibleness. All of those things are in play, the forces of the intelligence itself. But we are all connected because we can all physically see the same thing, especially when you get into the fact that these two orbitals here, they don't see anything. They pick up light frequency, ears is resonance, but we pick up light data and we read it, and we read it with our minds. We smell and taste with our mind. Everything is in the mind, right? And we talk about Akashic records and our pineal gland and its significance in terms of connection to the universe, to the infinite intelligence itself. Where does that intelligence live? Where is it housed? How do we tap into it? And how does this manifested reality come about? You know, how do we discern everything in our mind, and we do it the same way? Like, all of our human vessels speak the same language. They do. Like, we know that when it's bright outside, when the sun is shining, what we consider day. We know when it's what we consider night. We know when it's raining, when it's snowing. We know when it's warm or when it's cold. We know when we're hungry. We know when we need comfort and touch. And we know when we're grieving. We know we have an awareness of our parents and family connection. We even know that we have a soul tribe, like connections to people that you've never even met before. You know that there's more, right? You have a sentiment, a feeling that there's more. We all have an intuition, right? Our spirit speaks to us. Now, how, deep you are in terms of tuned in and tapped in, and that stuff like that there, or what type of spiritual gift you may be expressing in this manifestation is different, right? And it's different for each of us, and we get to discover that through self-discovery. Yes. And that awareness for me is just like something that I could never explain. Guys, I'm telling you, like, I could never ever even put into words what that experience is like. Some people get freaked out. They do. They get freaked out. And because I could say some stuff that would challenge your belief system. I really could. Like, I think about creation as a whole unit. Like, we are all pixelated pieces of the source. We're all pixelated pieces of creation itself. And to bring all of those pieces together, like this here, boom, like this, it is a challenge. Like, people like to segregate and separate creation as if, one piece of creation is greater than the other, when it's not. There's nothing over or above creation except the Father, that which created it. I say the Father, the source, however you resonate with it and call it, to each his own. This is a free and open space over here. Like, so however you get down, because I believe that every entity, every piece of creation, there's a pathway back to the source from which it came. Each thing after its own, right? Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. We came from the source, we'll go back to the source. And there's really nothing outside of that. Everything is for learning and for growth. Everything for learning and for growth. You can't get it wrong. You can't. You can make what we call mistakes, but it's for learning. And mistakes and failures that's the recipe for success. You know what I mean? Like, you cannot get to success without failure. You can't get to mastery of anything without learning. And learning, the process of learning, has mistakes built in. You don't know what you don't know. How could you not make a mistake when you don't know and you're looking to discover? Not only discover self, but discover the world around you. What are the secrets to creation? What are the secrets of self, right? Because many of us here are looking to get into our dharma, get into our purpose. What are we supposed to be serving out? What are we supposed to be doing, right? We said that heaven coming to earth to reside in earth and on earth to do a work that we don't remember. So when you go off on your journey to discover what is your work, you're going to have some missteps. You're discovering. It's going to be a process. You're discovering. And you can't get it wrong because you're discovering. And you're safe because creation is whole. You're safe. because creation is whole. You came from the source, the Most High God that made all things with His intelligence, aka wisdom, the principal thing, the word, Ashe, and you are filled with the Spirit, the breath of life, and that is non-debatable. There was an intelligence that put you together. There's an intelligence that governs your whole existence. There's an intelligence that keeps us on this planet. There's an intelligence that keeps you from collapsing down upon yourself. There's an intelligence that allows your autonomic system to run without any attention or focus on it. There's an intelligence that does that. There's an intelligence that has your body recreate itself systematically with no focus. That intelligence is always at work. It governs. The breath fills you. You wouldn't be listening to the sound of my voice if the breath wasn't in you. So those basic things is where we at with it. However you like to differentiate upon your walk, more than welcome here. I might say some things again that challenge you. But it's all for conversation, beloved. It's all for conversation. Because we don't know. We don't know until we go and come back. I done had an NDE. I know what it's like to sit on the other side. Oh, yeah. And when I could say that what we experience here is just a slither, like looking through the eye of a needle, baby, it is for real. We got, look at this. We got, yeah. We had court person, main person, male and female, all at the same time. And we have been pricking this up. We did before. But we gonna go ahead and jump into that prayer because I think we about 16 minutes in and we just been jibber jabber and running off at the mouth. Hopefully you're still here. We just shuffle back on court person. Somebody that could be either a hierophant, like a spiritual counselor, or this could actually be a whole court legal situation. We don't know yet. We're going to see what the tea is in a minute. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. Hi. Thank you so much for being here with us. We had an amazing day so far. We had a good brunch. We took the kids out to brunch. We did. And we had a great experience. Yes, bless every hand that prepared those meals. Thank you so much and brought them to our table. We appreciate your goodness. We appreciate you providing, giving us provision to meet our desires. Yes. Thank you so much for allowing us to be in this space and to give the gift, to serve the gift. Yes. Thank you so much for as we serve the gift in the kingdom of the Father of creation itself. We know that everything will be served back on to us. Yes, we will be provided for. We will be cared for. Our provisions are met. We are protected, Father. Yes, thank you. And I thank you for every measure, every favor, every piece of mercy, every grace. Thank you, Father. Yes, as we are humbled before you, Father. Yes, we come to you as a humble, willing, surrendered vessel to be a messenger that you use to deliver a message, Father. Yes, use the cars in this space and direct me to any other tool that you would need to deliver the message, Father. Yes, do that, Father. Seal us, protect us as we do that. Allow me to slow down so that I may feel you. That you sit me back, Father. Sit me back. Pull me back. Pull me back, Father. Pull me into your holiest of holies and surround me in your light, Father. Protect me as we deliver this. Block out anything that will come against us, Father, that will cause any distraction, disillusionment, conflicting information, conflict of any kind, any chaos. Father, thank you so much. To distort or disillusion, Father, yes. Please protect us. Block them out. Brighten up our life so bright, Father, yes, that we may blind, that they can't even look in this direction. Ooh, Father, yes. And protect your wheat field to anyone that you have magnetized to this space, Father, yes, for there is a message for them. Thank you, Father, for bringing them in. Bring them in. The message that you will give so that that message first is edifying unto self, Father, that I may serve you, yes, in goodness. Thank you, Father. Let me be so full from that message in which you receive, deliver upon me what I receive from you, that I can serve it out to your wheat field, Father, yes. And that they too may be edified so that they can raise themselves up and magnify themselves and raise that service up onto you, Father, yes. Let us come together, Father, over the principles of the message that you will bring, Father, yes, so that we can magnify ourselves in service as where there is more than one in the midst, Father. You are there. Let us come together, let us unite in harmony over what you bring, Father, yes, so that we can magnify ourselves and serve that up in goodness, yes. As we receive your mercy and your grace and your favor, thank you, Father. We just praise you for everything, giving you all of our gratitude, all of our appreciation, yes, unto the Father, the Most High God, that which called all things, all things. Thank you for your intelligence. Thank you, Father, yes. Thank you for your breath of life, Father, yes. And if we be ready to serve, if we be in alignment, Father, please seal us, Father, with your ashe, or give me further words that we must pray. I feel the eternity, the infinite, and I feel as if like it's almost complete, like something is almost complete in this energy. And I feel one energy here, one energy here, I almost feel like they're coming together. There's energy here, and there's energy here. And then there's this space right here in the middle. Is this the now? What is this? I feel like the two energies from two different paths are coming together in a now. Yeah, yeah. And I feel like you guys, whatever this is matching energies. Yeah, it's matching energies. And is this one lower? Are they on the same plane? Yeah, I feel like this one, oh, this is coming in to a space here. And then this energy here is coming into a space here. So it's going to meet. Yeah, something is going to collide. Something is coming together. Something is coming together. Is there anything else, Father? Source says to wait. Wait for what? Source just says to wait. There's something somebody needs to wait. Wait right where you at. Right where you are. I feel like something is coming together. Something is coming together. Like two separate types of same frequency, same types of energy, but opposite, coming together to meet in this space. And I don't know if we are already in this space. No. I feel like, where's the wheat, Father? Here. Do they need to travel back? Are they being pulled back? Is someone on the fence about something? Okay. Somebody's on the fence about a decision. Either this or that. And I believe that whatever you choose is going to put you in the spot to meet up exactly with what this other energy is coming in with. And Is it going forward? Is it expanding? Expanding out. Like, whatever it is, you're going to make a decision to go in a particular direction. And in that direction, there's going to be another energy coming in. And when these two, you two, or this circumstance, opportunities meet each other, there's going to be an expansion happen. It's going to be an expansion take place. I don't know what I'm hitting, something on my table. But there's going to be an expansion that takes place. What deck of cards should we use? This one? All right. All right, let's get the cards out. Get the cards out. Yes. Put this over here on the table. I'm going to have to chop it up in a minute. And we don't got too many cards out. Thank you, Father. Thank you so much. The Most High God, the infinite intelligence of it all and the breath of life. Please use these cards as a tool to deliver a message unto me for edification and edification unto your we feel, so that we all may come together over the purpose of the message and edify you, the Father. Serve that up. Thank you so much, Father. Please, please seal us, fill this deck as we go forward and use. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Is it in here? In here? What happened? Did I pass it? Is it here? Is it here? Yes? All of these? Which ones? Father? The breath? Intelligence? Okay. Where is it? This? Crystal, it says, have faith and hope, because there is something positive and new on the horizon, something that you can't see. That's what we were just saying. You're going back and forth with a choice, and you really don't know which way to go. Probably because you really can't see, right? You maybe are having a difficult time with envisioning the outcome, right? But Father is saying, the intelligence is saying, have faith, because there's something positive and new on the horizon. It's going to be something that you didn't even think about. It's going to be an unexpected benefit to whatever it is that you are considering. Like, I don't feel like you can see all of the options. Yeah, Yvonne is in reverse. You have a special bond with animals. Your pets on earth and heaven are watched over by angels. I don't know, maybe that's something for someone. Maybe someone has a life path that includes animals. Maybe you need a comfort pet, or maybe you're a veterinarian or something like that. Somebody who's making a decision and it has something to do with animals, I feel. This. You are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you, and I ask you to relax and feel safe. Now that's coincidence, because we talked about that in my opening, more along the lines of you can't get it wrong, right? So if you're looking to embark on a new journey, something that you're weighing out the pros and cons on, maybe you're thinking like, sometimes we could catastrophize, like, oh, it's not going to turn out well, or try to see all of the outcomes before you make the decision so you'll know which way to go. Try to minimize, like, any failures, any mistakes, right? Try to really iron this thing out. I feel like Queen of Swords, like somebody who's very logical, somebody who's very strategic, somebody who very brilliant, smart, right? But could overthink, overanalyze. That's what I feel. And maybe that's why you're going through the pros and cons. Maybe you feel like there's a lot riding on your decision and which way you're going to go. Maybe your decision is against what other people would have for you, like their expectations of it for you. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's something crazy like with the animals, like you want to go off and to safari or join the Peace Corps and help like with wildlife or what is those things with the endangered species, and you like do preservation or you know, stuff like that so that you preserve their habitat. You know, it could be a range of things, so take it how it resonates. But I do feel like animals are involved, and for some reason that veterinarian thing kind of just jumped out at me. Like maybe somebody is like on the cusp of trying to decide whether or not they should go into a certain field, or you know, whatever it is. I feel like it has a connection to animals. Or, and we talked about my bird earlier today, and so maybe it's something about your spiritual your your animal spirit kind of thing. And I'm not for sure, you know, like it could be something different for a couple of you, right? You know what I mean? For me, I felt like that spiritual animal, like that bird, you know, was highly significant. And for me to say that in my opening and then have this card come out, you have a special bond with animals. Your pets on earth and in heaven are watched over. And I used to have a parakeet when I was a little kid. I don't know if this is relative or not. Maybe not. I might be, you know, just drawing conclusion at this point. But really what I felt like, you know, my little parakeet, I loved it, but I froze it to death. Like I didn't think shit was real, and that, you know, if you leave the window open, it ain't gonna freeze. Like how you freeze a bird? It froze like rock solid, and I was so hurt. Like I literally froze my bird. Like wow. Anywho, y'all, maybe I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe you have a pet that has passed over and is still with you. Like the energy of that pet is still with you. I actually had two blue nose pit bulls. Like reason why I'm not a pet owner. Like y'all see Sasha running around here, but that's my glam fur baby. Yeah, that's my daughter's baby. You know, but me, I don't have pets because you know how many. My blue nose pits, they both got sick. They were from a bad litter, and they got sick and they died. Like, and I don't know, you know, I don't. But you may, you know, have that. You may have a Passover pet, or you may be looking at taking care of animals, becoming a veterinarian, or working in a nature preserve or something like that because you have an affinity or connection with animals is what I'm trying to say. And the fact, again, that we talked about my spiritual bird in this card coming out, I just think that it's, well, of course, nothing is coincidence, right? Everything is synchronized and syncopated. But, yeah, you have a bond. And you're being watched over by angels. And that's how I felt when I saw that bird on my shade. Like the angels, the spirit guides were with me. Yes. And I was being watched over. And I would be safe. And I would be cared for and provided for and protected all while I was in that space, in that area. Yeah. And it says, again, Crystal, have faith and hope because something positive and new is on the horizon. Something that you can't see, right? And sometimes when you are in that space where you can't see, you try to think your way around it, analyze it, you know, come up with all the options, you know, and all that stuff. And we have a tendency to plan anyway. I know I do. Some people just kind of willy-nilly throw cautions to the wind like the, you know, the fool card and just go. Because they know that however the creation lays it out, it's all to the good, right? It's all to the good. Because again, we stated that in the opening as well. Creation comes from the Father and it will go back to the Father. There's really no way that you can get it wrong. It's really not. Everything is for learning. Everything is for learning. Learning and discovery. Learning and discovery right here. Ashe. And something is complete, right? Something is complete. And look what's up underneath that. It's quest. Quest. And we saw something new on the horizon. Something new. And it says you are protected from all types of harm. The worst is behind you. I ask you to relax and feel safe. Feel safe. Anything else in this deck? No. But it landed on the Omega. It says, victory. Your desire is coming to fruition. Keep up the good work. Have faith. Something positive is coming. You just can't see it. The Alpha is the beginning and the Omega is the end. We just literally said that you come from the source, you're going to go back to the source. The Alpha and Omega is the source. You can't get it wrong. You can't. Mistakes are a part of the process. Failures are a part of the process. Nothing beats a failure but a try. You keep trying and trying and trying. And that's what beats failure. You don't give up. Perseverance, tenacity. You just keep going. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. What do? We swim. Ha ha ha. I'm sorry, y'all. Anywho, I don't know where that came from. I like Dory. So, but yeah, just kind of going like with the and Dory didn't hold on to it. She couldn't because she had short-term memory loss. That let her forget all about whatever she might have just, she could try the same thing over and over and over again until she get it right because she don't remember all the past failures. She let it go. You know, unfortunately, she didn't have too much of the benefit of holding on to the learning that was taking place, right? But that's a part of us. I feel when we come into these manifestations, you don't have all of those Akashic, memories still with you. You got to be cracked open so something can happen and bring that back into your rememberer. Right, back up to the forefront, appearing as intuition and let you know that, hey, you done been through this before. You done been through a manifestation and recreated being. Like, you are not new here. Nothing in creation is new. Everything that is and everything that will be already is. It is. We may not have discovered it yet, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. We've just not really getting comfortable with the fact that it's aliens for real. But it ain't no new thing. We just didn't really know for sure that's what it is. Talking about discovering a new world. How you discover a new world when it was already there? With stuff on it. People, folks. Come on now with this thing. You know how it go? Omega, the Alpha and the Omega, the end. You about to go on a quest and you're going to have victory. Yeah. I am the angel of families. A happy change or addition is coming to your family. I don't know about addition. That could be for some of you. Some of you might be pregnant. It is going into springtime. 2 days to spring. Ashe. But I just feel like something new is coming in. Something that you didn't expect. Like an unexpected good news. Yes, I feel that. You are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. I ask you to relax. Relax and feel safe. I feel like the Father is saying, relax, zen, like calm down, like to center yourself. Yes, 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 yes. We have Desiree. No, conditions aren't favorable right now. Wait. Didn't we have the advice when Father said, wait? Yeah. No. Conditions aren't favorable right now. Wait or look into other options and ask the angels to help guide and comfort you. And that was a part of our prayer. How you love that. Anything else in here, Papa? No. Do you have a last energy? No. Turn it upside down? Yep. Okay. Wait over here. I love it. I'm so excited. Ooh, look what's sitting on this deck right here, and I didn't even really. It says career change. Now that's coinky dink, because I feel like somebody is considering something, and whatever it is that you're going back and forth with, trying to determine which direction you're going to take, you're going to make a decision, and things are going to line up. You're going to have other opportunities or energies, or maybe a person. I feel like opportunity is going to come in, and you and opportunity are going to meet, and it's going to expand. And that's what Father said. So career change. I feel like it is definitely in the works for someone. We spoke about our desires. We gonna keep claiming it, huh? To do what we just did and just go on travel and read from wherever we're at. And I mean, I want to go to some beautiful lands. Like, we want to see creation at its finest. Ashe, you talking about being on the beaches of Hawaii or going to Bali or to Thailand? Oh, we just gonna keep claiming them and calling them out. Put ourselves there in that mental mind space. Feel it. Hear the waves on the beach. Hear it rustling. You know, I could even see people walking past me looking at me all strange because, you know, it's not often that you see a tarot reader sitting on the beach, you know, doing that. I mean, you do sometimes, but whatever. I want it to be a whole thing. Yes. Ooh. I can feel it, Weed. I can feel it. I get excited just thinking about it. Yes. I just did it. Yes, I just did it. I did it again. I did it again. So now can't nobody tell me I can't do it because I just did it. And I did it in the spirit first. You do it in the spirit first, guess what's going to happen? It's coming out. It's coming out. It's coming out. And they really can't tell me I can't do it because I already did it. I just got back. Go through them archives and see. We was on travel and we did readings from wherever we was at. And we saw a whole spirit bird on our shade. And if you don't believe it, have somebody analyze it. Holla at your girl. Anyway, y'all, I love it. Career change is on the horizon. And Father say, trust it, have some faith. You are safe and you are protected. Yes, study. Maybe you need to learn. I told you, I feel like even if you are somebody who's looking into going into veterinarianism or something like that, maybe, of course, you're going to have to study. You're going to have to learn. You got to get degreed up. You got to get qualified and certified and all that good stuff. And sometimes we can get discouraged by what we see in terms of obstacles to our goal. Do I have enough resources? Do I have enough support? How am I going to make this thing happen? How am I going to get from A to B and see this thing all the way through? Don't focus on that. Don't focus on that. What you need to accomplish your goal is there. It's there. You may have to be creative. Again, Father said explore some other options. Maybe you're looking at some twos and fews, but it's a couple more threes and fours down the road, you know, or just in another place. Maybe you need to talk to some people. Maybe you need to make some phone calls, some additional phone calls. Maybe you need to be persistent in your phone calls that you are making. Because you could be like, oh, I looked here and I looked there and I really couldn't find nothing. No. Dig deeper. Dig deeper. Push into your resolve. There is something there. Something that you don't quite see. And it will give you the avenue that you need to get to your dream. Is there. The Father won't give you a desire, won't give you the intuition for your work, for your service, and not provide the resources. It will. It will. They are there. Study. Study. Reading, research, and education help you gain confidence and clarity about your career. Yes. That's definitely. And Father affirms that you're on the right path. You may not think you are because maybe you are seeing the obstacles, right? And we prayed for earlier to make sure that anything that would come against you to distort you, to confuse you, to cause conflict, confusion. You want this, this one, this one. Artist. We pulled this in our reel earlier today. Somebody may also be an artist. You know, maybe you're going to have a thing with painting animals or something like that. But I feel like there's a connection. Engaging in artistic activities is beneficial to your career in every other area of your life. So either this is for the same week or a different week. Maybe a couple of you are going through some sort of similar change in terms of career, manifesting a different type of career. Some of you may have connection to animals. Some of you may have connection to the arts, whether it's painting, whether it's writing, media, acting. It could be a number of things, but I really feel paint. I feel paint. I feel I even feel painting animals. Like maybe I see somebody with like, again, I don't know if it's just me feeling that tree, but the tree and the bird, and I feel nature almost like what's his name, Mr. Ross, where he would just take his time and do all the little leaves and dot 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 and just talk, and his voice was so calming and so soothing, almost therapeutic at the same time, while you watching him put these little bitty green dots that turn out to be a whole bunch of leaves on the forest, and you know what I mean? Like, it's just a whole thing. Nutrition is here again. We talked about diet last night, so that could be for someone, just a reminder to make sure you eat good. We did talk about going to brunch today too, so that's the whole thing. Look at this. I guess it must have been wanted to be out because it said nutrition. Somebody needs to take care of their nutrition. Really, really do. Conduct healing work with your culinary skills. Maybe somebody's going to be a healer, you know, with herbs and spices and things like that. You know, so this could go a couple different ways for a couple different weeks. And that's awesome. Thank you, Father. Please magnetize all the people that need to be here in this space for your message. Thank you, Father. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I trust you. Is there anything else in this deck? Nope. But we got this. Practice. That's the energy. Practice. And we said nothing beats failure but a try. When you keep trying and trying and trying and trying and trying, what is that called? It's practice. You practicing over and over and over again. Tried it. Tried it. Nope. Tried it. Tried it. Tried it. Nope. Not like that. Tried it. Tried it. Tried it. You know what I'm saying? That's doing it over and over and over again. That's practice. Nothing beats failure but a try. Keep trying. Keep trying. Keep going. Keep going. I'm telling y'all, this right here, your girl was like, ooh, sorry, Sasha. I didn't know she was right there. It took a whole lot of practice to get to this point right here. And then we're just right here. We have no idea where we'll be. That beach in Bali. What? I don't even know if Bali got a beach, but we want to go. We want to go see. I'm just saying. We want to go see. Traveling Tarot. We might change the name. No, we're not. Tears the Week Tarot Show. Where you show enough never know what you're going to get. I say what you want. This one right here. Father calling me back to the modern Tarot. Yes. We have the Throne here. The bottom card is the Queen. We have that. We have the Yogi. Look at that. Somebody that is spiritually connected. Somebody who's spiritually flexible and inclined to, I just feel like all types of learning. You know, just open. You know, back in touch with the ancient ways. Again, I feel like very old Akashic, but doing it in a new type of way. Something that is, like I said, very unexpected. I feel like it's unexpected. Looking at this card, we see the big Buddha. We see the eye, the all-seeing eye. We see the Ankh, we see the pyramid, and we see the snake. You know, the snake for me represents wisdom. You know, the triangle, the pyramid represents strength and stability. It's the strongest structure. It's a pyramid, that pyramidal shape. The Ankh is like creation itself, that feminine and masculine energy combined. The all-seeing eye, you know, we ain't got to go no further than that. But the Buddha, of course, that symbol of peace, right? Connectivity. And then the Yogi, her pose in showing the flexibility, right? And her rear to me is out. So that's vulnerability at the same time. That's just what I read off of here. This. The Flexor. This came out last night. That's odd. Maybe, you know, ooh, Father put it at the end of the spread. And that's the 6. That's that give and take. I feel like you serve your gift and the gift gonna serve you. Not that you necessarily have to be getting your flex on, but I feel like you're gonna naturally have a natural flex. Like it's just gonna show. We talked about that, the lushness, the beautifulness of creation herself, to be able to experience that, to service that. the rebel. Somebody may be doing something against the grain. Maybe, you know, whatever you're doing, there's some sort of, I hear the word activism, but I don't really know if that's what I'm feeling. And I see activism because, of course, you know, but this is something, or like somebody who stands up for other people's rights, I feel, right? And maybe, again, when we talked about conservation or preservation or like being a naturalist, like, again, maybe you're somebody who really do want to run off and be like, and save the animals or a certain breed of animal or something like that. Like, something that you care deeply about, that you want to stand up for, you know, and something about your work and how you do that is going to, there's a conflict with it. Either you feel like you don't have the resources to be able to do it, right? Think about it. Somebody that wants to run off and join the Peace Corps, like, you have to get out there to wherever you at and then figure out your provision while you're there. You know, if you want to be a naturalist or a naturist, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but somebody, a conservationist, right? You know, some of these things don't always pay that great of money. They don't, you know, and you may be considering, like, should I do this? I feel called to this because, you know, this, and I'm, you know, just using this as an example, but how am I going to pay for life? How am I going to pay for school? How am I going to make this happen? I feel like it's something with that, but at the same time, you feel a strong need to do what you're doing because it's something that you care about. It's something that you feel like requires protection. It's something that you need to lend your voice to. And again, I felt like that between when we mentioned, like, therapeutic, you know, something that you feel like you need to lend your voice to. How am I going to do this? So if you're an artist and maybe you want to have an art studio, maybe you want to, you know, have, you know, your canvases on display or teach other people or be therapeutic through your art somehow, you would need to have resources, you know, and maybe there's something in that. I don't know if you just want to paint spirit animals or something else that's more controversial. The moonlight is here. That's why I feel like somebody may need to dig deeper. In here? Is it in here? In here? In here? Anything else in here, Father? Yes. Somebody may need to dig deeper. Here? Here? Is it one of these? Give me clarity, 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 clarity. The spirit guide. And we talked about my spirit guide. He talked about spirit guide. And we also just talked about this pyramid on her shirt. Like, somebody, that structure, the stability of the structure itself. Nothing. Nothing. Okay. The stability of the structure. This is very kind of couple of things going on. But I feel like, you know, maybe your spirit is trying to guide you, trying to talk to you, pull some things out from behind the moon and give you some revelation on what's really happening. Maybe your intuition is strongest during the full moon cycle. That could be a thing. You could be a moon child. You could be, I see the number 8, so this is a 1 and 7. And I was feeling like that infinity, like the balancing of two separate types of energies. And when you make the decision, you can't see that there's going to be other options or other opportunities coming in that's going to magnetize, galvanize, and push you forward. And I feel like your spirit is guiding you towards that. The 4 and the 5 is a 9. The 1 and the 7 is a 8. So something in here that your spirit guide is pulling you. It is pulling you out, pulling you to the next level, I feel. And you are struggling making this decision in which way you're going to go. But when you decide, and I feel like if you follow, that's a challenge. If you follow your spirit guide, if you follow what they're saying to you, don't look at the resources, don't look at the obstacles, don't look at the challenges in it. And I feel like somebody's looking at the challenges, whatever they may be, that take your eyes off, have faith. Have faith and hope. Father was saying, have faith and have hope, right? If you take your eyes off the obstacles, blind that out, right? Push it out, block it out, and have faith and have hope, and just pursue what it is that your spirit guide is telling you to pursue. Then you will end up in a scenario where something else is going to come in and meet you right where you're at, where you're being led to. But Father is also giving the advice to wait. We saw that on a card. No conditions aren't favorable right now. So again, whatever that you're looking at the obstacles, the challenges. Like, this is not the right time, right? Ooh, yes, it's not the right time. But it will be. Just wait. Your spirit is going to guide you. There's some things taking place behind the moon. Things that you can't see. Things that you can't see. Where does it say? It's one of these little ones that says it. I thought we had it. Oh, yeah, here it is right here on the crystal card. It's right here. Things that you can't see. You can't see. Don't look at my nails. Don't look at my nails. I got to redo my manicure. We're going to take care of that in a minute. Have faith and hope, because there's something positive and new on the horizon that you can't see. You can't see it behind the moon, right? But maybe, again, your spirit guiding you. You're going to end up in this situation right here in the end. It's going to have an opportunity for you in the end. When you hit this omega right here in the end. Because you definitely are going to go on a quest. It's something that you believe in. Something that you feel like you need to fight for. Something that you need to advocate for. It's going to be wrapped up in service, I feel. Whatever that you're advocating for. And no, conditions may not be favorable right now because the infinite intelligence. We talked about, how creation comes together, but of course it doesn't come together overnight. It doesn't. It takes time to be syncopated and for conditions to be right? We're going into spring, so your grass is not growing outside right now. It's just not. We ever notice why you don't have to cut grass in the winter time? Because it don't grow in the winter. The conditions for growth are not right. But there are other things that are happening beneath the soil where the eyes don't see. We don't see how the grass, the dirt, the roots are getting stronger, right? They're still going downward. That they are discerning and taking in all of the information from the last cycle, right? That's why I have a pause, a hesitation on the new year being in spring. Yeah, I know it bursts forth, in the spring. But I believe that the work for the new year starts in winter. When we are hibernating, when we are resting, when the spirit in the self, the body is kind of discerning and breaking down everything that we took on from the last season, right? We go into that state and we don't grow outwardly, but everything is happening on the inside, underneath the scene. So there's still activity. It's not completely at rest. No, it's not. The work is just in other places. And that's what I feel like, again, you're not only going to have to look at other options, I feel, but also just kind of wait. Hold your horses. Continue to study, to work out what you can, what you got in your hands. work on that a little bit at a time, preparing yourself, preparation, for what's to come. And maybe you need to rest as well, because you may get real busy, especially if you're somebody who's going to be in school, who's going to be working, or in another type of service, or whatever the case may be. Those obligations and the different hats that you wear could pull on your energy really heavy. So Father is saying rest, wait, things are still being worked out, but you have a choice that you're going to make. And if you let your spirit guide you, you're going to end up coming into a scenario where things are going to come together, and it's going to magnify, it's going to blow up, it's going to expand you. And I feel like you are going to not only be put in a position where you could reach out. I feel that, Rebel, like reach out and serve and do something really good. Whether it is, again, we talked about a couple of different professions and ways that this could go based on what I see, but you let it resonate for thee. Ashe, Ashe. Any last advice, Father? Yes, what would you like to get? Chakra. Okay, we got gossip sitting here. What people say is always a thing when you're a rebel, Ashe. When you do things different from the grain and you are stepping out, you're stepping up for other people or other energies, especially if it's like animals. Like, really, you want to go off and save the tigers? Yeah, I do. We got impartiality, coming to balance with some things, like being impartial or getting an impartial judgment. Maybe you need to follow your instinct. And again, we talked about that spirit guide. Father say, spirit guide, follow your instinct. Follow it. It's leading you somewhere. I feel with the quest, like your instinct is leading you somewhere. It's leading you somewhere, either back from somewhere or off to somewhere. And right now, I feel like you're kind of dissipating. You're, not really for sure what to do. I felt like that going back and forth, but I'm picking up on the bird, that spirit guide. The bird speaking to you while you sitting up here watching what others are doing, whatever the case may be. This spirit guide is speaking to you. And maybe it's something to do with your perception and what you're watching, what you're looking at, right? You could be looking at the challenges, the obstacles, do I have the resources, what does this whole outlook look like? Again, we talked about somebody being over analytical, somebody who's, we got wisdom on the scene, over analytical, but prayer. Father says pray, listen to your spirit guide. We also got self-worth here. Maybe you don't feel like you're worthy or good enough, you know what I mean? Maybe you don't feel like, what you have to offer or what you feel is right, and just trying to see your way through it. This is this one. Yeah, perseverance. We talked about perseverance too. Practice. Don't give up. Nothing beat a failure but a try. And anytime you try something new, you might feel like you're not good enough because you don't know how to do it. I mean, there's not too many people who naturally come out being a tennis superstar. Like, you're not born that. Do you know how much practice, Venus and Serena had to put in? Like, Serena, to be arguably the most famous, decorated tennis player in history. Like, seriously, those are some hours of practice. To that muscle memory was so strong, like she don't even have to think about it. Like, it's really in that autonomic nervous system or whatever you call it, right? But it is just like second nature. But to persevere, again, to stay the course. Don't give up. You don't know what's on the horizon. You just can't see it. And right now, your test is to not give in. It's to have faith. And that's even while you're waiting. Because you're not just waiting. You're working. You're studying. You're practicing. You're searching. You're looking for resources. You're believing. You're doing it in the spirit, imagining it, visualizing it, feeling it, the whole nine. That's work. And what you do in the spirit comes to the physical. And that's why I have that hesitation with the new year. I feel like during the winter time, everything is happening in the spirit. It's in the spirit. But what happens in the spirit comes to the physical. And just because I birthed it out in the physical doesn't mean that that's the beginning. It just came out. I get spring forth, yeah. But is that really the beginning? I would challenge us to think about it in a different way. The beginning is when you were given the intuition, when you were given the download, when you were given the desire. And what you do with it, the germination process, right? That counts. There's intelligence happening. There is syncopation happening, synchronicity that is being put into place. And when your spirit guide gives you the answer, because you're in prayer, gives you the answer, shows you that first step, the next step, right? Or if you take the leap and take the first step, then the second step will be revealed unto you. And that's faith. You ain't going to see the whole path. You won't. Because if you do, then you don't need faith. Faith is to keep you going, to keep you trusting, right? And then it opens up for flexibility, because the intelligence itself bakes in uncertainty. Some things you're going to know and some things you're just not going to know. It's going to be hid. Some things you're going to know and some things you're not going to know. You're just not. But just know that you're protected and the Father has everything well at hand. Gave you a vision, gave you a desire, the resources and the perseverance. The resources will be there, but you have the perseverance. You have to trust. You have to have faith. Now, these are all recommendations, because I can't tell you you have to do shit. But at the end of the day, if you so choose to persevere. Victory. Victory is your desire coming to fruition. Keep up the good work. What's the wisdom? Practice. Open up that heart chakra. Practice. We've got children here too, so maybe you're somebody that also likes kiddos. Children. And I also see this right here. Indigo. Children. Again, I feel this for a number of different people. A couple of you may be going through the same similar emotional standpoint, dealing with the issue from the emotional standpoint energetically, but it doesn't mean that your desire is actually the same. It may not. Somebody that's dealing with the desire, energy, sensitivity. All of you are sensitive to the same energy. Not that your emotions are something to be dismissed, because it's not. I'm not saying that. Because people get that twisted. Oh, you being too sensitive. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that your intuition is popping and your spirit is talking to you and you're being opened up to that conversation, to be sensitive to what they are guiding you, what they're saying to you, and to allow yourself to be guided in that way. Yeah. To be led where they want to take you, Ashe. Yeah. You know, because you can't see it, but your spirit guide knows. Your highest self knows. It's not going to lead you anywhere you shouldn't go, because you have a work to do. And maybe you need to stand up for something. Stand up for children. Stand up for animals. Maybe a part of that work is, again, based around your artistic nature. You know, it could be one of those things, all three of those things, or depending on whether this is for you or not, none of those things, you know, Ashe. Because not every reading is for every one of us. But Father says study. There's some things that are coming to an end, and that you're discovering some new stuff about self, and instinctually you're being led somewhere. And you feel like, you know, is in alignment with what you want, you know? And if that be the case, if it's in alignment with what your desires is, you're given this desire and you can see it, you can feel it, you know, in your spirit, the Father will do it. The Father will do it. The universe will deliver it to you. You just have to have faith and believe it. And don't let that go. Persevere through any challenges through this. You're being led somewhere, beloved. You are. You're being led on a journey of discovery. And what did I say you have to have? Faith. Have faith. Have faith. To the next now on the Tears, I don't know what that was. To the next now on the Tears and Weed Tarot show with your girl Lottie, where you never know what you're gonna get, because this right here, baby, is like a whole box of chocolates. You just never know. I never know, so I can't even know. Anywho, know this: you good, you safe. There's no getting it wrong. You learn and you persevere. You practice. Practice, practice, practice makes perfect. It does. And know at the end of the day, you're worth it. You're worth what you see. You are worth what you feel, no matter what it may be. Whether you're a conservationist, whether you're an author, whether you're a painter, whatever, if you work with children, whatever the case may be. But I feel like my week, there's people, my brethren, looking at the resources, looking at the conflicts, looking at the disillusionment of the plane, telling you what you can have and what you can't have. But if you just dig deeper, if you just hold on, if you just wait till the right timing, the timing will be revealed onto you. And I don't feel like it's going to be very long. I don't. That you will come across exactly what you need to deliver your service. Because again, heaven has come to earth to do a work, to reside in earth and on earth. And the work of heaven must be done. And if you've been given a vision of it, and your spirit is guiding you, trust that you're good. To the next now, y'all. We're going to call this Ashe.